Hello, friends. Welcome to Look and Live. You are now here with Pastor James Devallon. In this video, I'm going to share my perspective on James Klug. Okay. This one is entitled Anti-Trumpers Will Believe Anything About Donald Trump. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Another one of those anti-Trump videos, right? But before we get into this, make sure you like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more of our notification uploads. We have links below. Make sure you check them out as well. Share some love. And thank you to our recent members who've joined the YouTube channel. We appreciate you. Thank you for the love and the care, the way that you support this channel. And also, we are on Rumble. Go and support us there. When the gatekeeper shut us down, we get to keep speaking anyhow. Which they're not gonna stop us from telling the truth. You're not gonna stop me from preaching the gospel nor sharing my perspective on things. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's keep going here. Let's get to the video. I don't have time to fight with YouTube. How about we listen to what these anti-Trumpers are saying, and let's see how reasonable is this, and is it even true or just radical in their perspective? Hey, without further ado, let's now get into the heart of the message.
Really quick, what we now know is that Donald Trump stole the Declaration of Independence. Can I get your thoughts on that? You already knew that?
Yeah, we already know that.
What's going on, everyone? James Klug here. Trump derangement syndrome is still alive and well, and there's really no doubt about that. So today we came to Los Angeles, California. We're going to see if anti-Trumpers will believe literally anything negative about him, no matter how crazy it sounds. Let's go talk to some people.
Of course,
There's a lot going on with Donald Trump. You guys hear about the FBI searching his Mar-a-Lago home?
Absolutely.
Upon the FBI's search of his Mar-a-Lago home, they found that he took the Bill of Rights. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about it, but are you surprised?
She says she did hear about it. What a mercy. Did she hear what he said? The Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights was stolen by Donald Trump. Like, all these people out of their minds. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I mean, there's very
It's a
little.
big thing to steal, you know?
Sir, we're talking Donald Trump.
The search has exposed a few things that he
So what does that mean? You're talking Donald Trump. That means anything you say about him, no matter how ridiculous it is, it has to be true because it's Donald Trump. It shows that people don't really have a perspective of their own. That's what this shows. They don't really think for themselves. They're not searching. They're not digging. They make their opinion simply on the word of another person. This man is just telling you something that he heard about Donald Trump without you examining anything. You said, yeah, it's true. It has to be true. This is bad. That's not critical thinking. That's not really doing proper investigation. That's not even thinking for yourself. It's very bad.
spent money on when he was president. In 2018, he had spent $60 million of taxpayer money on golden toilets in the White House.
Golden
Can I get a comment
toilet.
from you on that?
Well, of course it's wasteful when the people are hungry and homeless. And so, but I just don't really understand why it's taken so long.
Donald Trump in 2018
Lord have mercy. This is so bad.
spent $15 million of taxpayer money on big game hunting, Northern White Rhinos. Can I get your thoughts on that?
They should him. You can't trust that mother. No, they should use that taxpayers' on money on something else for the poor.
Do you have a message for Donald Trump for money? Yeah. What we now know is that Donald Trump stole the Declaration of Independence.
Golden toilet. Taxpayer money. You didn't even put those accusations together, and you start calling the person's name. This is why it's really, really bad to not have not only an open mind. It sounds like they have an open mind, but it's really a closed mind because they are already responding based on their previous perception of Trump. So this kind of like affirm whatever they were thinking. So as long as you hate Trump, anything that you say about Trump is fine because I just hate him so much. And these are people who have not read, studied, check status, do some facts, and do some homework regarding the effectiveness of his presidency. They're not thinking for themselves.
Independence, refusing to give back to the FBI. Can I get your thoughts on that?
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's like crazy. He's like not okay in the head. I don't think that's something that
Do you have a message for Donald Trump about that?
Do I have a message for Donald Trump? Do better, man.
They literally had to, get a warrant to search his home to find that he stole the Bill of Rights. That's just something that's just not surprising anymore, huh?
It's not surprising anymore. Are you surprised?
Donald Trump, thumbs up, thumbs down. Where are we at? Let her make our voices heard. Thumbs up, thumbs down on Donald Trump. What do you think? Big thumbs down, big thumbs down. We now know that Donald Trump and Putin have matching bracelets.
What?
Can I get your guys' thoughts on that?
That's pretty strange, considering that we're supposed to be like polar opposites.
Yeah.
Matching bracelets. No, so it's like, how many people are challenging some of this stuff? It's like, wait. Can I get the footnote? Where did you get that from? Like, where, Mr. I may not like Trump and so on. You can say that, right? I may not like Donald Trump, but where did you get this information from? I've never heard of that. No, they don't even bother asking. They just say it's got to be true. It's got to be true. Hey, by the way, that's a serious nose ring. That must be painful to get in there. Anyway, so
For them to, I don't know, it's just a strange thing. I didn't know that.
The FBI searching his home. Do you support that?
What you mean?
Like, are we happy to see this stuff happening?
I am.
It was just released today that Trump is refusing to give back
He said, "I
nuclear
am."
secrets. Did you guys hear about that at all or no?
No, I didn't hear
What are you
today.
guys' thoughts about that?
I think he should go to jail for sabotaging.
Yeah.
I think they should choke him and he give it back.
oh my goodness, this is wild. This is wild. Come on, sisters. Y'all killing me right now. Can you think for yourself for a minute? Stop thinking with this anti-Trump, I hate your tweets type of attitude. But think about that. You're talking about a human being. Despite the fact you might not like the man, at least you should always give people the benefit of the doubt. You should always give them the benefit of the doubt. You should always say, is that true? Could it be so? You can't just take somebody's words and testimony for it without doing any proper investigation. That's a bad way to deal with any person. Even if the most wicked men on earth, you hear this about them, you should say, really? Where did you get that from? I need to ask some questions. I know, at least do that before you take it and run with it, because you just don't like the individual.
If that had been Barack Obama, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Oh, no, she did not. What do you mean, Barack Obama? You see, that's the problem, is that we love Barack so much, especially the black, the colored folks. We love Barack Obama so much that even when he was doing the worst thing possible, we didn't see it. We just cover it all up and we say, hey, he's a black man. He can get away with it. That's not how you vote. That's not how you make decision. That's not how you pick a leader to lead a country. Not because you just like the individual. If they're doing wrong, call them out. If they're doing good, promote them. It's just the way it's supposed to be.
So do you think he's gotten so far with stealing these nuclear secrets because he's white?
Nuclear
Yes.
secret.
Most definitely.
Do you think he should be charged with wasting money on golden toilets?
I think the whole crew that allowed that, knowing which state our country is in now.
We now know that Donald Trump is the first president to put down the White House dog because he doesn't like dogs. Did you guys hear about that?
Yes.
Yeah. We're talking about the FBI.
He said yes. Like, yeah, you heard about that. Yeah, I heard it. I heard anything you have to say that's negative about Donald Trump. I heard about it. It's true. Yep. No investigation, no footnote, none of that. I'm not digging. I'm not affirming and confirming the fact. No. No fact checks. It's got to be true. You see, the mentality is bad. That's a bad mentality. And it's bad in all cases too. Like being in church myself, sometimes you hear the little gossip. So-and-so did this to me. It's like, you can't just run with that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that investigation. That means you're like, let me talk to so-and-so. Sometimes you talk to so-and-so and then you bring so-and-so into the conversation. All right. You don't want to get into that triangle kind of thing. You kind of say, okay, Mr. A did this to me. Where's Mr. A at? Let me find him. I find Mr. A. I bring Mr. A to Mrs. B and they talk in front of me. And that's how you determine whether or not this stuff is true or not. So when I hear it, I always say, "Are you sure that's what it is? Is that what the person meant?" Da, 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 da. I have those questions. Well, you just don't want to run with the person's word because a lot of it is perception. A lot of it is perception and feeling and emotions. A lot of it is not real. And what they say, "Oh, you hurt me." Well, yeah, how can you be sure that's what the person meant to do? You got to ask questions. So it's like a lot of these stuff you hear about Trump and against Trump, a lot of it is perception. A lot of it is emotional. A lot of it is what my news told me, my news broadcaster put in my mind. A lot of it is not like they're reading and they're digging, they're listening and paying attention to everything that Trump was doing. And his words were a little crazy. I have to admit, some of the things he said were wild, especially his mean tweets, I will say. But the work that he was doing was much better. And like somebody will say, action speaks louder than word. At least give the man credit for the work that he did. You don't have to like him for everything that he said, but the work that he was doing, the country was in much better condition. Let's just be honest about it.
Guy obviously searched Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home.
Trump, his mother, searched his house, his family. They suck.
But really quick, what we
Wow. What a way of thinking about a person. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
now know is that Donald Trump stole the Declaration of Independence. Can I get your thoughts on that? You already knew that?
Yeah, we already know that.
Can a message to Donald Trump for stealing the Declaration of Independence?
Trump.
Thumbs up
You say you already know that. Know what?
for thumbs down on Donald Trump.
I don't really care either way.
You don't
To be honest, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's all.
You see? That right there is a thinker. Even though he's not quickly jumping into conclusion, he's at least doubting whatever it is he's being presented to with. At least he's questioning it somewhat. I don't really care. So he's actually doing some thinking. That's good.
Did you hear about the FBI searching Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago? What do you think about that?
I want to know what they're looking for. They haven't.
There we go. This is it. This is what I'm talking about. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? This is the first time you're doing this to a president's house. You don't have enough evidence. Who told you he has something going on there? Like what's happening there? Are you fishing? You looking for something? Right? A witch hunt? So where is this thing going? There was a thinker for you.
Brought out what they're looking for, right?
It was just announced that they, that obviously happened, and we now know that Trump stole the Declaration of Independence.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. There goes a man who's thinking. None of the other anti-Trumpers caught up to that. And I don't know how they missed that. Even if you don't like Trump, you are apolitical. You should be like, what? The Declaration of Independence that at the National Archives? Like, how in the world could anybody even have hold of that? You know the level of security you gotta go through to get access to this? And he's like, come on, man. Like, really? You didn't even question that? Makes no sense. He said it. He laughs.
Thumbs up or thumbs down, Donald Trump? Thumbs down? Way down? What we now know is that Donald Trump sold the U.S. Constitution to Russia. And
Wait, you can do that?
Yeah,
That's a thing?
And we're getting people's thoughts on that.
Bro,
What do you think about that?
I think that that's very corrupt and very two-faced and backstabbing of him because he acts like he hates them so much, but sold them something so precious and so sacred.
My brother, you fell right for it, man. look at James Klug's face right now. Look at his face. His face is telling you a whole lot. He's just saying, I can't believe this guy. Believe me.
Did you hear about the FBI searching his Mar-a-Lago home?
A little bit.
Okay, so what we now know is that Trump used $15 million of taxpayer money in 2018 to big game hunt Northern White Rhinos. Can I get your thoughts on that?
It's awful. Yeah.
Do you have a message for Donald Trump about that?
You.
Thanks for your time. Do you have a message for Donald Trump for using $15 million to big game hunt Northern White Rhinos?
That and among many other things you have done, I'm just can't wait to see you in jail.
What we now know is that
Without any investigation, hey, innocent until proven guilty. Like none of that, right? Just lock him up, get rid of him, kill his family. I don't care. Throw the F-bomb at him. We just hate him so much. But we're not going to dig for ourselves. We're just going to take the word of this guy in a black hat with a microphone in the street telling us this about him. So therefore, that must be factual. No fact checks. That is horrible. You know what this tells you? This tells you this is what the news has been doing to many people about Trump Republicans, or any ideation that the news wants to put in your mind, that means these people are easily brainwashed. This is showing you that they're not even thinking for themselves. Anything that they see on their favorite news broadcasting network, they're just like, it's got to be true. It's got to be so. Hey, we don't have to test it. We don't have to prove it. Let's just, hey, we got to run with this because it's coming from people that I think are telling the truth. And I feel a certain way. So you have a preconceived notion about the individual. So whatever it is said that seems to affirm your preconceived notion, you run with. But that's not how you think, though. That's not good investment. That's not good investigation. That is not critical thinking.
Donald Trump stole the Bill of Rights. What are your thoughts about that?
Shouldn't have been done.
Shouldn't have stolen the Bill of Rights.
Everybody's looking for justice. That's all.
Do you, a message to the audience about Trump stealing the Bill of Rights?
Well, that's bad because it's the country, the people own that. The Congress is the only person that they can have it.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, and it was just announced that he's refusing to give back nuclear secrets to the FBI.
Right.
And did you hear about that?
I heard something about that. I mean, again,
what are your thoughts about that?
Details. He should give them back. Give back the nuclear secrets.
Yeah. Did you hear that he's refusing to give back nuclear secrets to the FBI? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
What are your thoughts about that?
I just don't like him.
In your opinion, is there just no reason to steal the Bill of Rights?
No, whatsoever.
It showed that in 2018, Donald Trump had spent $50 million of taxpayer money on golden toilets for the White House.
Oh.
Can I get your thoughts on that?
That's a way to spend our money.
What we now know is that Donald Trump sold the original United States Constitution to Putin, and we're getting people's thoughts on that.
The original, not a copy, the original United States Constitution to Putin. And this guy in the street is the one who's telling you this. You didn't hear this in any other news network. How did Trump get a hold of this? Did he break in sometime in the middle of the night when nobody's watching? How did he make himself kind of get his way inside of the museum as a president? How did he manage to steal it? And after he stole it, when did he make a deal with Putin? How did that happen? But how come I'm not hearing this on any other news network? How come nobody's spoken about this but you? Like, where did you get this stuff from? None of these questions were asked. You know we are in serious trouble, right? You know that means anything that anybody say about anybody, if they want you to feel a certain way, think a certain way, they even make you think, teaching you not only what to think, even how to think, which is very dangerous. All of that is that you come to a point where you literally lose your personhood and you are brainwashed. It's very bad. It's actually sad to watch. But this goes to show this has been going on. This is exactly what the news media has been doing. That's what they've been doing. I'm so glad that I wasn't so much stuck on the news and I wasn't brainwashed so much to hate Trump, even though when I had no knowledge about politics whatsoever prior to. I'm like, whatsoever. I'm now learning. I'm in this learning process. But even prior to that, I was like, I don't believe everything they're saying. I was one of those who was like very much questioning things. And I'm like, they say Trump is this, they say Trump is that. And I'm looking at what Trump was actually doing. For me, I was looking at what he was doing. I was looking at gas prices. I was looking at him dealing with this anti-socialist ideologies and all these so-called World Economic Forum, how he was not feeding into their ideations or the ideologies. I noticed all of that. And I was like, they say this about Trump. And I'm looking at how he's behaving. And I'm like, it's not lining up. It's not lining up. And, him supporting historic colleges and everything, the way he helps so many people with mental illness, even supporting not gay rights per se, but giving them just the ability to have freedom here and not be persecuted and everything. Yeah. As a president, I'm thinking about all that. I'm seeing all this stuff. I'm like, you say this, but I'm seeing him doing that. So I'm like, so I was never somewhat of an anti-Trumper. Never. I always thought like, I think he's doing the work. You guys just don't like him.
He did that?
I don't believe he sold the Constitution. What?
There goes a thinker.
I was about to say, dude, that's the most extreme.
There goes a thinker for the first time.
I don't believe he sold the Constitution. What?
Yeah.
I was about to say, dude, that's the most extreme one that we did today, and you guys passed. All right. Thumbs up or thumbs down on him? Thumbs up? Thumbs up. Why do you like Donald Trump?
He was real.
Curious. Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Amen. That's where I stood myself. I'm like, he was real. I used to tell my wife the same thing. I say, honey, listen, even though we were not even getting involved in anything politics, I used to say all the time, I said, Trump is the most realest person out there. He was real. Like, whatever he tells you he was going to do, he did. He didn't just say things. And you see him stand up and speak, the stuff he tells you. If he says, I'm going to kill you, watch out. He's going to come kill you. If he said, I'm going to do this, he did it. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to sponsor this. And he did. And when I didn't check, I'm like, yo, this stuff is done. He wasn't just saying it. He said, I'm going to tax these American businesses that are taking their stuff overseas and making money and selling it. You know, the sweatshops they're getting cheap products overseas and avoiding taxes here. And they're coming here and selling it big time over. Like, he went after them and he said, I was going to come get you. And he did. He's like, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, yo, this man is on fire. It's like, you don't have to like his tweets. You don't have to like his words. You don't have to like his mannerism and his history. You can dig for dirt all you want in everybody's life. You'll find it. But the thing is, can we look at what he was doing? Let's look at his presidency and his stats. That speak for themselves.
For the country, good. Guy himself, dick.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
His 4 years in the White House was like a great 4 years. Any president never accomplished in 4 years. So at the end of the day, I mean, he picked up where somebody else left off at, but no one's had a first 4 years a first term that's successful.
Oh, do you guys support Donald Trump?
No.
You don't?
I don't support
You just said something very positive about Donald Trump.
It is what it is.
Okay.
There you go. You don't have to support him in that case. I understand what this is where I was. It's like I'm looking at it like the country was better off than what we are dealing with right now. You don't have to like him, but hey, can we at least be honest? Like, yeah, it is what it is.
Okay. We noticed that people hate Donald Trump so much that they're willing to believe literally anything negative about him. Why do people hate Trump so much?
I don't know, man. Maybe I think because he talks, he say what he want to say.
Yeah,
say what he want to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you think he was good for the country?
They didn't like his words. And because they hated his words so much, or his attitude, or his history, or how the media portrays him, they failed to realize the work that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So they, instead of looking at his works, they were looking at his words. So it's like action speaks louder than words, right? That's what we say. But instead they flip that. It's like words speaks louder than action. It's like, that's literally the problem. And most of the hate that you hear, I've heard about Donald Trump, is where people either reinterpret his words or they magnify something he said on YouTube or on Twitter. These were the things, but instead of, he had a mind of his own, because the president doesn't mean he can't speak his mind. Doesn't mean he has to always agree with you. Doesn't mean he cannot say things in ways that we don't like it. It's just like they wanted him to be this professional, well-polished politician, and he was not. He was just a businessman, and he wanted to put America first, and he did exactly that. It's like, say what you want, Republican, Democrat, liberal, classical liberal, whatever it is, independent, I don't care. But the fact is, the man was doing his job. Give him credit for that. It is what it is. Stop hating.
Look, I don't really do politics, but he had the country flowing.
Yep, he
Money
did.
was flowing when he was here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now people up again. You know what I'm saying?
All right, everyone, that is it for today. So even for Los
my
Angeles, we were
goodness.
pretty shocked to find out that the majority of people that I spoke with completely believed everything I had to say. Let me know what you guys thought about these responses in the comment section below. And if you guys enjoyed this video and got a laugh out of it, please hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next time I post. See you next time.
Thank you for that one. Appreciate it, man. Definitely gonna give you a like for that one. That was great. That was great. Hey guys, a link is posted below to James Klug content. He's doing the work, man. I love these streets interviews. He really gives you a feel of what many Americans are thinking. So I love the balance that he has going on there, and it's fun. So what's your thought and perspective on that, man? Do you believe Mr. Trump is is a wicked man or a decent man or a bad man? How do you feel about some of the stuff that was being discussed here? Share your thought and perspective below. This is when we really make it happen. One last thing I want to say very quickly is this is a biblical approach. I try to take a biblical approach about everything. This is 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 21. It says, prove all things. And the word prove here means test. Let me find another version here that says exactly that. Okay, but instead, examine all things and hold fast to what is good. Very simple. You hear something, you examine that. This is coming from a spiritual perspective. You know, you hear a gospel, a message, a new teaching. Fine, you don't kick against it. Well, you said, let me examine that. Let me check it. You know, let me be like the Bereans, right? Who sets the scripture daily to see whether these things are so. You know, you kind of have to be the kind of person who say, I've heard a friend who said it this way, right? Believe every man, but trust no man. Believe every man, but trust no man. In other words, if you hear somebody say something, say, okay, fine, I believe you. But does that mean I trust you? I believe you. I believe what you're saying at that moment. Since I don't know everything that's about that, I believe you. It's a temporary belief. And now I said, I'm going to find out if what you're saying is true. This is when you go and investigate. This is when you establish the trusting part. So that's kind of like the idea behind that statement. So you hear somebody say something, say, okay, fine. We're not going to argue. So now let me dig to see how true that actually is. And you will then come back later on and say, nah, based on my investigation, this is what I've discovered. Listen to the thing. These Jews were more open-minded than those in Thessalonica. These were the Bereans, right? For they eagerly receive the message and examine the scripture carefully every day to see if these things were so. This is the attitude you need to have. You have to have an open mind. Fine, I hear what you guys are saying. No problem. Very eagerly receive it. Oh, yes, praise the Lord. I'm going to listen to what you got to say, sir. But what I'm going to do, though, I'm going to do my examination. I'm going to do it carefully. I'm going to do it every day to confirm if these things are so. There's so much in there, man. We can preach all day on this part. But I will say take the same position for any candidate, for any person running for president. You want to go and dig, look at their work, look at where they've been, check out their history, look at their religious belief, perception, ideation, their state, you know, all that. Consider all these things. And then after you done do all that, you need to pray. You need to pray and ask God, is this it? Can I make my move? Can I, you know? So thank you so very much for listening today. Thank you once again. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more. Whenever you do this, friends, you're pushing the video forward. You know, we are aiming for 50,000 by the end of this year. So, hey, we can do it with your help. Yes, we can. So remember, and as always, to look unto Jesus, to live by faith. Have a good one. Bye.